we as human beings are souls, are beings, are entities that is alive, intelligent, creative, but also susceptible to influences by the environment, by the great mind, and we can be trapped, or we can be mostly contained or limited in our sense of freedom and creativity. So when a soul comes, it has so much potential to grow and evolve. But during this period from childhood till we grow up, the child struggles with so much conditioning around. During this conditioning, it begins to try to cope with the variety of situations. In that process, it cultivates an ego, an organ that helps it survive, that helps it navigate, that it's like a map. And by time, the soul even forgets the map, and it takes the map to be reality. And it takes the identity that's struggling with it, which becomes an image of the real self, takes it to be itself. So that structure is not an enemy. That structure is a quest of a soul trying to figure out reality. So in this structure, there are many elements of our soul, many elements of our being. And to turn us against part of our soul, even if it is wrong, even if it is off, is creating an inner battle that is useless, that is exhausting. So to go on this crusade of kill the ego, what is it there to kill? If you talk about the structure of the ego, there's nothing to kill. It's a structure. It's ideas, belief systems, that some of them are off, need to be corrected, right, due to childhood misunderstanding. Some of it is useful. You know, part of your ego knows the speed limit. You know, if you don't have that part, 3 tickets and you're out. Really, you can't get your license. So, like, to kill, what to kill, right? Another part of the ego is part of our soul that's childlike, and the structure is trying to preserve it. This part is very precious. So why go in a holy war to kill the structure and a little part of the living soul within us, and do a damage and destruction by throwing the baby with the bathwater? Why not sort out the puzzle, correct the offness of the structure, put a new structure, and retrieve the divine speck inside? Because within this structure there is a speck, there is a part of our soul that's most precious. And we built a structure to protect it and to preserve it. So the idea of creating a holy war against the ego, I believe, is beastly. I believe is something that has been misused, overused, and I believe that it has caused a huge stumbling block in the spiritual evolution. It created a splitting within us. We fighting something within us that was trying to work the best it can, in a situation that was so difficult. So I believe that applying understanding, compassionate understanding, steadfastness, impeccability to deal with the structure, to differentiate it, is more useful than being a samurai, kill the ego, which is absurd to me. We cannot kill the ego. There is nothing to kill in the first place, unless we damage ourselves. And also the ego position, thank God that we have an ego, and thank God that this ego is narcissistic. It's self-absorbed. And its position is not holding the post of the absolute. It's not holding the post of being itself. It's not just about that. That is important, right? That's home, our home. And the absolutist made the journey about the absolute and the absolute only. It is, to me, not about that. The ego is holding the position of the individuated soul, of the uniqueness of who I am and who you are, and that it is about us journeying in this kingdom. If this is eliminated, we become absolutist. And if we become absolutist, we don't perceive the meaning and the purpose of this reality. We become transcendentalist, We always put down this reality, we make this reality off, and then we turn against so many precious elements in this reality. We turn against our family, we turn against children, we turn against society, we turn against the earth, that it is all illusion. And the ego will not buy into that. Its resolution is not you go to the absolute and you transcend and you damage the kingdom. Its position is to go back to being the citizen of this kingdom. And only when you find the true citizen of this kingdom, that this ego unwinds. So it has, to me, it has a divine purpose. Why would the being allow something to happen? Because it's meaningful, it's profound. It's just like a child that's lost, need to be found, need to be corrected. Not easy, but at least we know the meaning of it. We know why it is here. And I think that's more compassionate approach to ourselves.
Yes.
Really, rather than just kill the ego. I kill part of myself. Either I damage my mind or my psyche. And no need for it. Honestly, there is no need for it.